There's so many steps to this.
Very psychologically savvy. There's a lot of moving pieces going on. Bicycle. They're with us, but we're so psyched to.
Hear us now. Okay, we're good. We see you. We love you. As we get ready for Shabbat, I had the privilege this week of being with 300 Reformed rabbis in San Diego. It sounds like I got a little bit of laryngitis from the plane back home, but I feel good and all those good things. But it was an interesting experience for me because I wasn't up on the bima worrying about if the technology was working or what I was going to say or how to lead you in prayer. But my job was to put myself in the prayer experience. And it's not always easy. So I want to invite you to take a nice breath in and release all the tension from the week. And now take another breath in and release the tension from the last 5 minutes. And this time I want you to start breathing in Shabbat. What does it smell like, taste like, look like? What would make this moment feel like Shabbat for you? You're here. And this moment can be very, very special, or this can be an ordinary hour that you spend here as if you're not even here. So I want you to open a prayer book when it's appropriate. I want you to look at the words on the screen. We've made it even easier. We like that because then you're not looking down at a prayer book. We're looking up at each other's faces as we pray. And I want you to allow Shabbat to settle into your bones, to settle into your minds, to settle into your heart, and to let it come out in song and prayer and meditation, and to steal, even if it's just a few minutes of the next hour, to make sure that Shabbat is in your soul right now. To help us get ready, we have our 5th graders who've been taught to walk up on the bima using the stairs to the side. And I'm going to invite them right now to join us.
I would say, yeah. Remember who you were standing next to. Look at you guys getting up there and everything. Nobody's being blinded. Okay, we have to start from complete and utter Shabbat silence because I want these people to hear your voices and be blown away. Ready? Let me do my guitar intro. Thank you so much, fifth grade. Are they great or what? What kind of We are so happy to have you up here. So we are going to have you sit down, and then we'll invite you up for a few more songs in a few minutes.
Fabulous. I'm very impressed.
Thank you for not jumping off the Eva.
I invite you to follow on the screen or to turn to page 120 in Mishkan Tefillah, 120 in the brackets, as we invite Harrison and Michelle and Cindy and Alyssa over to light the Shabbat candles.
Hear my prayer, I sing to you. Gracious to the ones I love, and bless them with goodness and mercy and peace. Oh, hear my prayer to you.
These Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them. So may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who are kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Elohim Appelbaum, Asher Kishanu Mitzvot V'Sivan V'Ner Shel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen.
Wonder Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with his word, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
That's wonderful. Thank you. Let's have a seat back for Kiddush. Great job. How beautiful. We turn now to page 138, or again, we can watch on the screen for Lachad Dodi. This is a beautiful song that helps us welcome in Shabbat as you picture the Dodi, the beloved. You picture a Sabbath bride coming over the hills in Sfat in northern Israel. I'll put in a little plug for our trip in December. We're not going to probably go to Sfat. We're probably going to go to the desert, go south. We're going to have a fabulous family trip, and we'll bring in Shabbat lots of different ways. But think about that sense of Shabbat coming into this sanctuary at this moment.
Shabbat,
So we turn around and face the door.
Turn back together. Lift up your feet.
We remain standing as we turn to page 146, or take a look at the screen. The next prayer is the Baruch, and we're doing a version that helps us think about the meaning of the words. Turn back to my way, unless we can't find it. That we're calling out, hey God, are you ready for our prayer? But when we call out to God, are you ready for our prayer? Who do we have to ask first? We have to ask ourselves, am I here? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Am I ready to pray to you?
Maybe. All right, I can do this. Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? It's
Please be seated. Rabbi is on the next page, 148. But we have a very special version called Roll into Dark, Roll into Light, that reminds us God is our creator, and that there's mystery in the sun going down at night and it rising each and every day.
roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. For the dark, for there, night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night.
In a minute, I'm going to ask our fifth graders to join us for the Shema. Just wait, because it is a little strange that I'm doing all the talking and that Rabbi Wiesenberg isn't here. So when we planned this service, which truly wasn't that long ago, because we didn't know where we'd be COVID-wise, she was gonna be here. Then we talked to our friends at Network Volunteers and we looked at the calendar and we took a poll of our teens and realized this was the best weekend that we could get the most teens to join us on a mitzvah trip, a social action trip. So she is with 18 of our 8th to 12th graders, I think mostly 10th to 12th graders, in Puerto Rico. And you can follow on Facebook and see all the fun that they're having in the 80+ degree weather. And today they went to the Boys and Girls Club in Puerto Rico and did a bunch of mixers and games. And they were supposed to go to a food bank. Their tour took too long. Tomorrow they're building a house with like a Habitat for Humanity-esque thing. So most of the 10th graders in confirmation are there and a bunch of our other teens. So this is eligible for our 8th through 12th graders. And in November, we're taking a trip to New Orleans to do community service, to visit Tulane, to have spiritual experiences in NOLA. So she sends her love and she can't wait to hear. I'm sure she'll watch the recording of today's service to see how her 5th graders did. And with her is Sam Sherrill, your teacher, one of your teachers. That's why he's not here. He too has the joy of chaperoning 16 and 17-year-olds on a teen trip. I will say, she said one room didn't go to bed till about 4:30 in the morning. So I'm like, oh, well, they're gonna be tired today. She goes, that's not the problem. I'm gonna be tired today. But she sounded great. Here with us tonight are your other teachers, Mrs. Jill Buck, Ms. Lauren Krensis, Lauren wave, where's Lauren over there? And Mr. Danny Mishkin, who's our online teacher. And Linus Dad, two very important things. And we want to say thank you to all 4 of you, even to Sam, who's not here. We have a special in person, online, and really helped us get through what was so difficult in the beginning. And now there's so much more we can even do. This year in our Hebrew curriculum, we've added more sophisticated prayers for our 5th graders. They know their Aleph Bet, they know the basics, and we're on to things like the Kiddush, which you'll hear Harrison and Sydney do so beautifully, and you'll know why you need to learn the Kiddush, and the Amidah that they're going to do tomorrow at their B-mitzvahs. And Ms. Francis was a tutor in Israel a year or so ago and worked with kids at a school. And her class has become pen pals with her kids from when she was in Israel. And I read some of the letters, they're amazing. And we published some of them in the Hebrew School News that came out recently. So take a look, the one that went out this week. In Judaica in 5th grade, we have a great curriculum. We learn about Bible stories, and even more, we learn about the characters in the Torah. We learn about what they did that we might consider heroic, the things they did that weren't always heroic, but we can still learn from. And we try to relate the stories in the Torah to the stories in our own life so that we can understand how Judaism came to be. One of the stories I know you guys have spent a lot of time on is the Passover story. And so I expect at your Seders this year that you'll be able to explain the significance of Moses and Miriam and Aaron and some of the things that happened and how they made a difference in the world, just like you guys are learning to do with Tikkun Olam and mitzvot. So I would like to invite our 5th graders to quietly come up those steps and join us again. The Shema is on page 152 and on the screen. The Shema is on 152. And I invite everyone to rise. Please rise.
I'm blind.
The white spot. Find your red spot. All right.
Ready to pray. Who's in the way? Oh, sorry. Not your best, anyone. 1, 2, 3,
Please be seated, except our 5th graders have more. The Vihafta is on page 100.
Please fast forward through the Vihafta.
Nice work. Okay.
It's a great song. Can't wait to keep that thing. Class, here we go. This is our lovely favorite English adaptation of Vihafta, Love Out of Mouth.
Hey, chatterboxes. There's a thing called magpies. They're birds that sound like children. Page 158. We continue with the Micha Mocha, which is a prayer that gets us ready for Passover. Today is Rosh Chodesh Nisan, the beginning of the month of Nisan. And this is a very special month because it lets us know that spring is coming. One of the other names for Passover is Hag HaAviv. And Aviv, like Tel Aviv, means spring. And if you look outside, the magnolias are starting to bloom. My weeping cherry is thinking about blooming. I'm going away for Pesach, so I hope it either blooms right before or right after, because they're very important to me. But I have beautiful flowers like asters and pansies and daffodils starting to come up. So spring is not far away. And with spring comes Pesach. So this song was the very, very first Pesach. So when the Jewish people, the Hebrews, sang this song, they had literally just escaped Egypt, for the very, very first time. They had just made it through a body of water that split apart miraculously. And for the very first time, no one had ever heard this story. There was no Seder. There was no telling of what happened. It had never happened before. And now it had happened. They knew they had witnessed a miracle. And they said, Mi chamocha, who is like you, God?
And having a great time. This is what it's all about.
They're like amazing. I think you got a lot of team band members here.
Yeah. All right, guys, thank you so much. We're gonna come back up at the end of the service for our closing shot. Please walk off slowly and carefully. No injuries.
But not to worry, you will get to hear more from them. We now turn to page 160. And we ask God, okay, there's no slide, right, for this one? We ask God to watch over us as we sleep. Again, if you're using the prayer book, it's the numbers in the brackets. Hash Kivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom V'hamidenu Shomrenu L'Chayim Ufros Salenu Sukkot Shlomecha. God, grant, O God, that we lie down in peace. Raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. This is my favorite line, the whole Siddur. Spread over us your shelter. So can you close your eyes for a minute and imagine what a shelter of peace would look like? You feel it washing over you, maybe wafting down on you. Maybe it's above you like a chuppah, like a sukkah. Think of sukkah shalom. Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukkah shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. And now that our fifth graders have helped us bring so much Shabbat into this room, we continue with the Cantor and Shabbat. We now rise for the Amidah, page 166.
Next slide. Keep going. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avosheinu v'Imotzeinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor Adonai, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ekonei Hakol. Zolech aseh avotim avot, u'megilat nevnehem, v'ma'an shemo be'ahava, melech ozer u'moshiach u'magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham v'ezras Sarah, atah gibor elam banai, v'chayei hakol atah Rav Moshiach. Mitmapel Chaim bechesed, Mitchayei hakol beracham miprati, Tzomech notim v'rofeh olim, U'matir asurim, U'mekayem emunato, V'sheyei abar, Michamocha ba'amidro, U'midomela. Melech memin u'mechayeh u'matzmiach Yeshua v'ne'eman atah l'chayot ha'ol. Baruch atah Adonai, mechayei ha'ol.
Page 170, we're on the screen. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh u'toshim b'chol yom ya'alenu b'sela. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el ha'kadosh. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Please be seated. Let's return to page 175, where it say on the screen. That's the one.
So this particular melody for Ritze, I brought with me when I came here 11 years ago from Florida. And it has become beloved to the congregation. And at this point, a lot of the kids that like to sing have begun singing it at their bar and bat mitzvah services, their mitzvah services. So, I think we have a lot of candidates in this group. So give it a listen. Get ready to learn it. Ritze, Adonai Eloheinu, Ve'am HaYisrael. Ritze, Adonai Eloheinu, Ve'am HaYisrael. Tefilatan, Tefilatan, Ve'ahavat Tefilatan, Tefilatan, Ve'ahavat Ritze, Adonai Eloheinu, Ve'am HaYisrael. Ritze, Adonai Eloheinu, Ve'am HaYisrael. Tamid avodah, Yisrael, Amen. Tamid avodah, Yisrael, Amen. Ritze, Adonai Eloheinu, Ve'am HaYisrael. Ritze, Adonai Eloheinu, Ve'am HaYisrael. Baruch atah Adonai, she'odecha levadecha
I like how on the slide it says, dancing dudes. Our next prayer is one of thanksgiving. It's called Modim, which is the same word as Todah. And we can read the prayer from the prayer book. But what I'd really like you to do is think of a few things that you are thankful for. So everybody think of a few things in their mind that they are thankful for. And there's a beautiful teaching by Maimonides that said, if you're having trouble thinking of something to be thankful for, you can start by thanking God that there's water to drink, and food to eat and air to breathe, right? Because without those three things, we wouldn't be alive. And it's really a miracle that we're alive. So you can start there for your Thanksgiving. And I'd like you now to turn to people around you, and maybe it's people you know, and maybe you could meet somebody new and share one thing you're thankful with. If you're on Zoom, if you'd write it in the chat, I'd love to read what you're thankful for as well.
Just put the pretty picture.
Okay, so I am sure, knowing this group, that you get how important it is to give thanks to God, to show a sense of gratitude, and we could go on sharing ways that we're thankful for a long time. But I am also slightly concerned your conversations might degenerate into other areas of life. So I'm going to call us back. And I want you now, if you're comfortable, to close your eyes and to turn your heart, your thoughts inward to your hearts, to your minds. And can you just listen to your own breathing? Can you breathe so that nobody else can hear, only you can hear? And in between the breaths, can you listen for what God might want to say to you today? Or maybe there's something you wanted to tell God. This is the part of the service we call our silent prayer. So even if you're not in a prayerful space right this second, let's be quiet so that everyone else can pray and just sit and listen to our hearts, to our minds. Maybe we'll even hear God's voice. Oh, say shalom, Ibrahima. Oh, yeah, say shalom. Oh, yeah, say shalom. Yeah, say shalom aleichem. Oh, say shalom. Oh, yeah, say shalom. Oh, yeah, say shalom aleichem. Yeah, say shalom aleichem. They are home. They are home. They are home.
and we say Amen.
Another music stand. I use a music stand. Oh, hidden somewhere. I'm gonna go. Okay, here, come on. Okay. Thank you. All right. A long time ago, in India, there lived a water bearer. He had 2 pots and he had a very long pole on which he balanced across his very broad shoulders. He hung 1 pot from each end of the long pole, kind of balanced. Each day, the man left his home with the empty vessels and his pole wrapped around his broad shoulders, and he walked down the path to the stream. And each day, he would fill both of the vessels with water. And then he'd put the pots back on the long pole. Now, what you should know is this. One of the man's pots had a crack in it. And just as you'd expect, every time the man arrived home, the cracked pot was only half full of water. But that didn't change the man's routine. Every day he walked down the path to the stream, he collected his water, and he arrived home with 1 pot full of water and 1 pot half full of water. This went on every day, week after week, month after month, year after year. And as you might imagine, the cracked pot felt so sad and ashamed. One day, as the man was walking home, the cracked pot mustered up the courage to speak to the man. "Excuse me, sir, I'm so sorry," said the pot. "I really want to apologize and beg your forgiveness." "Why?" asked the man. "What do you have to apologize for?" "Over the years that I've helped you, I've never been able to deliver a full load of water for you. I've never been able to do my fair share. You work so hard, but because of my crack, you never get the right amount of water. So your efforts are never completely rewarded. And it's all because of me and my broken pot." Hearing this, the man felt sorry for the pot. "Listen," he said, "it's okay. It really is. In fact, the next time we go to collect water, as we walk along, I want you to look out over your side of the path." The pot agreed. The next day, as was his routine, the water bearer walked down the stream with his pole and the empty pots. Once at the stream, the man filled both pots with water and placed one on each end of the long pole, which he balanced on his broad shoulders. Then the man started for home. Instead of worrying about the crack in the water that was falling out, the pot did as the man had instructed. The pot looked out along the side of the path, and what he saw was beautiful flowers. Wow, a whole field of them. The man stopped. "Do you see the flowers?" he asked the pot. Before the pot had time to respond, the man spoke again. "And have you noticed that these gorgeous flowers are only on your side of the path?" "It's because I knew that the water leaked out from your pot. So I planted seeds along the way that every day when we walked back to the house, the beautiful flowers of the seeds would get watered. And thanks to you, we have these beautiful flowers growing along the way for everyone to enjoy. Without your crack, without your brokenness, we wouldn't have these colorful flowers to brighten my day or to bring beauty to the world. So I need to thank you. I need to thank you for being a cracked pie. So this story is from Rabbi Francine Green Rostam. And it's obviously an ancient folk story, but she shared it in this book that I was able to share with you. So I want you to think about two things. One is that we often, the big word would be perseverate. We often spend a lot of time thinking about the things that aren't so great about us, the things that we can't do, the things that we get frustrated about. What if we turned that around and saw them as blessings instead of problems? What if we looked for the good? Maybe you have trouble reading, so you have to read more slowly. But because you read more slowly, you understand what you're reading better. I can't sing, which was something I'm not that happy about. But the best thing is, it means I always get to lead services with Cantor Appelbaum. I need somebody to come sing with me. And we're all more blessed because I am not singing. So you never know what you might think is a bad thing that turns into a good thing. But the real reason I picked this story today is because I told you that it's the first of Nisan, that it is the season when spring is starting to come up. So I'd like you to think about a seed that you'd like to plant, an idea, a way you could maybe be kinder to someone else, a project you've been wanting to do, a new skill or a new way of doing things you've been thinking about trying. And I'd like you to think about what it's going to take. How are you going to water this little tiny idea that you have right now so that over the next weeks and months and years, it can grow into something really special that'll be a way that you make the world a better place. So think about the seeds you're going to plant. And I hope on the way home tonight, or maybe when you're outside at the One, you'll share what seeds you have that you like to plant and you'd like to watch grow. And maybe, because we all have little cracks in us, you need to ask somebody for some help to make your dreams come true. At this time, we turn to page 586, where you look at the screen, and we rise for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach Adon Ha'on, La'asetu la'yotzei Reshit, Shelo samanu goyei harazon, Velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, Shelo sam chelkeinu ka'em, Egon aleinu k'chol ha'onah, V'anachnu kolim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
We We turn to page 598 for the Mourner's Kaddish. And this week, we particularly remember with great love those for whom we're in the period of Shabbat, the 7 days of mourning. Jerry Rodas, husband of Ellen Rodas, and Hal Brandel, husband of Debbie Brandel. Those whom were in the month of mourning, the Shloshim, the 30 days. Ron Mayonis, father of Sarah Bobkin, and Ronnie Vogel, cousin of Linda Adams. And we remember those whose yurtzites are at this time. Many of them have lights in the sanctuary or plaques on our interactive yurtzite board outside. And hopefully they will all soon have stories so we can go learn more about them. And we remember Nathan Abramson, Arnold Bassick, Peter Finkelstein, Selma Fogelman, Phyllis Freiberger, Sydney Ilowitz, Myra Lay, May Rashbaum, Ezra Rosen, Selma Ruderman, Irving Stokes, and Belle Wiener. Is there anyone else that you're saying Kaddish for today?
Scott Bona.
Anybody else passed away recently, or it's a yurt's anniversary of their yurtzite? Okay, if they're on Zoom, I will check them, but at least we will be able to see each other's. Page 598, we join together. Yitkadal, Yitkadash, Shmei Rabbah, V'yamad, Yivrach, V'yirtei, V'yamlit, Machutei, V'chayekon, Yomekon, V'chayei, Yomekon, Beit Yisrael. V'agalau, Uzman, Kariv, Yimru, Yehei Shmei Rabbah, Mevorach, Leolam, Mechumaya, Yibarach, Yishtabach, Yitahar, Yitalam, Yitaseh, Yitadar, Yitalem, Yitalal, Shmei Kedusha, Rivu, Leila, Mukho, Yirkata, Shirata, Shushbakata, Nechemata, Damiram, Yamam, Yimru, Yehei Shlomo Rabbah, Shemaya, V'chayim Aleinu Yarko Yisrael, Yimru, Amen. Oseh Shalom B'Ramah, Uyaseh Shalom, Aleinu Yarko Yisrael, Yimru, Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say. Please remain standing as we turn to page 122 and 123. And we invite Sydney this time with her father, Michael, and Harrison with his father, Joshua, to the. And we're going to ask the dads to. Okay. With us is here.
You're brand new. Don't worry about it. Sydney and Harrison, come over here, please. Oh, no. Okay. You could honor us with reading the heaven and the earth.
The heaven and the earth were finished, and all they were ready. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing, and God ceased on the seventh day from all work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all of the work of creation that God had done.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei ha'ashamayim. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu yishachar kodesho v'ahavah u'ratzon. Ilanu, Zikaron, Memahase, Vereshi, Kiburion, Tekiwa, Lemibraego, Tehelisia, Misra, Ibanu Babarta, Eltanu Kidashta, Iboami, Yeshua, Yahalauratsum, Imhaltanu, Arapataranai, Minhadesh, Asha.
Amen. The Kylie.
And please be seated.
Now that I've heard you guys sing together, I kind of regret that your service sing together, because I think you would have been a very good pair. But I'm looking forward to your services tomorrow morning. And Dr. Brian Goldstein, our president, will be giving you some gifts.
It's kind of crazy here, guys, sorry.
It is truly my privilege and honor to represent the Board of Trustees.
You know what? Move over because they can't see you on the screens. You gotta move.
To represent the Board of Trustees and give you guys your gifts. The Kiddush cup you just used is a gift from the Brotherhood and Sisterhood. They use it on many simchas in the future. And I have some lovely gifts for you. We've got a beautiful certificate of bar mitzvah and bat mitzvah. They proudly display that somewhere in the home. And this represents all the hard work coming to this day. You know, it was hard. It's a lot of work and you're basically done. It's just a performance now. And we see what you could do. Quality work. Your families are beaming. They should be very proud of you. And this is not a finish to your studies here. We want you back for our team programming, maybe for a trip to Puerto Rico in the future, and all the great things that we have. We also have a gift certificate for a year membership to the Suffolk JCC. We also have a $250 gift certificate towards a team trip to Israel. And we know that you guys will be great. And we're so very proud of you. Thank you for sharing the bima with all the lovely fifth graders. And
Awesome. So thank you guys. We'll see you in the morning. Can't wait. So we turn now to prayers of healing. And Dr. Brian, I'm going to ask if you'll check out the monitor and see if we're missing anything. We have many people on our Mishabeirah list at the temple. You can call and have names added during the week, and we'll say them out loud, or we'll just keep them in our prayers. Prayers for Eric Holzer, for Jeff Stein, for Maggie Farkas, for Sandy Bloomberg and Jerry Bloomberg, for David Leinhardt, for Phyllis Belford, for Lori Freeland, for so many others on our list here, and who are, and one other thing I want to say is, if you have put a name on the list and they've gotten better, let us know so we can take them off the list and hopefully we'll need to put them back on. But who are you praying for healing for today? Miriam,
Lauren Steiner, Betty Catania,
thank you.
Ben
Merci.
Hirsch, sorry, I forgot my side. Ben
Ben
Hirsch.
Hirsch.
John Russo and Liz Glasgow.
Thank you. Judy,
Lynn Kozar.
thank you.
David Silk.
Say it a little louder. Thank you. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Herman Krashansky and Marie Cifarelli.
Thank you. So whether you've said the names out loud or they come to your heart or mind while we're offering this prayer, we'll send the prayer to those people and all those on our Mishaberak list. It's like 119 plus 140 names long. We also have like a section I don't read out loud if you ever just want your name on the list but not shared publicly. But we also want to send these prayers of healing out into the world. There are people suffering in so many ways. We know in the Ukraine, there's so much suffering going on. It's been a really hard week in Israel, not just for people that maybe were physically hurt, but for people that are living in fear and the terror. It's a hard week for migrants. I visited a migrant center in San Diego. People that have been get across the border but don't have the wherewithal and the ability to work the system. It's hard. There's a lot of pain and healing. And I ask also that you take a little bit of this pain and healing for any of the broken parts in you so that you can help turn them into parts of wholeness, that you can turn cracks into flowers.
Mishabeva Avoteinu Mikol Abraham Leimoteinu. May the source of strength who bless the one before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing and let us say Amen. Mishabera imoteinu mikol Abraham avoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Amen, va'amen, a refuah shlema, a complete and speedy healing of both body and soul. So we also get to celebrate. All right, so I have my list here, but I might have missed some people. So you might have to share if it's a birthday or anniversary. So I'd like to wish Joni and David Spielberg, who are joining us on Zoom, a happy 43rd anniversary. And David's birthday is today, and Joni's was just a week or so ago. So happy birthday and happy anniversary. I'd like to wish Leah Silverman a happy birthday. Her birthday's Sunday. And Jen Fusco, our ELC director, her birthday is either Sunday or Monday. I think it's the 4th. So, okay, I'm going to do a couple more this month. Well, Harrison, happy birthday. You get to stand up. Your birthday was like a week or so ago. No, far away. All right, then you just sit there. We'll celebrate tomorrow. Joe Ruggiero, if you're here, you should stand up. I went through and tried to find people turning 11 in March and April. So we'll see if we got everybody. Well, I don't know. Hunter Slansky. Stand on up. Harley Narby. Stay standing. Jack Nevins isn't here, but I saw that his mom is, or dad is on Zoom. So I want to wish a happy birthday. Ethan Haber was recently, stand up. Gabriella Griller was recently. And I have some anniversaries. Okay, Marilyn and Josh Weinkrantz look like they were on Zoom. So happy anniversary Sunday. And the Baumans recently had an anniversary. So Allison and Kevin, happy anniversary. And who am I missing? Yeah, you can tell us. You can say about somebody else in your family. Anniversary within the 2 weeks before, 2 weeks past. Birthday. That is very worth getting a birthday letter. Stay standing. Anybody on, birthday, anniversary? Anybody in the Kerner or Bernstein family that I wouldn't know on my list? All right. Anybody else have any good news they want to share? My good news, my son starts a new job on Monday. I'm excited. What happened? And it starts in the US, at least the job. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so we need everybody stay standing, a shahakianu for this moment. Not everybody, just, no. People with birthdays, anniversaries in this month. All right.
My microphone is not on, but I don't really need it. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehachianu, v'hiyamanu, v'higianu, l'zman ha'amen. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov, kiss your bride and groom. Everybody else, happy birthday. And the Hebrew expression is Ad Me'ah V'Esrim, to at least 120 years in health and happiness. Moses lived to 120, so that's what we aspire to. I am so glad you guys were here. There is a wonderful oneg in the lobby, and you can go into the hallway. There's some high tops set up. But first, I'd like to invite Dr. Goldstein back to the Bima to share some upcoming events and announcements, and to remind our fifth graders that you're our grand finale, and you'll be back in just a few moments.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom, Brian.
Good at those fifth graders, right?
Woo!
I want to go back. You guys are loud, proud, and strong. It's really good. I've seen a lot of the grades. You're definitely one of my 13 favorites. Shh, don't tell everybody. Mazel tov to all the birthdays, anniversaries, and great things. And again, mazel tov to the Bernsteins and Corners, all the mishpacha with you. Enjoy it. Soak up the weekend. It's all about you guys and the sacrifices everybody makes to make you guys come up to the Bima. A lot of stuff happening at Temple. We have tomorrow morning Shabbat Torah study at 9 a.m. Sunday confirmation class at 12. And this is new to me. I'm not sure I know much about this, but an insider briefing about Ukraine. It's a Zoom event with Dix Hills Jewish Center. The link you can access from the Dix Hills Jewish Center website. That's
And I think it was in our weekly also.
So I don't know more. So that's interesting enough for you. Log in, check that out. That's at 12, 2 o'clock, Budding Friendships. Tuesday, April 5th, Jewish Tangents. Wednesday, April 6th, there's a religious school fundraiser at Mario's. Check the weekly, check our website. Some of the proceeds from your purchases will go towards the religious school.
And you can order in or carry out. And let me share one thing I see is not on your list. For a few more days, you can buy spirit wear with Temple Beth Torah on it. Did you buy yours?
Sure did.
I got a sweatshirt, a t-shirt. I think I skipped the really short shorts, but I got several good things. I might have gotten them. Really cute stuff. And it's great if you're doing a Temple Beth Torah like Mitzvah Day or project and you want to have your shirt on. Great for camp. There's a cutout shoulder one, cold shoulder, whatever they call one.
That's what.
That's what we got. That's gonna look so good, Dr. Brian. But please support our school and have some fun with some spirit wear.
Every time I wear it, somebody asks me where I got it and they want it. So you want to get it. Because when you ask me, I'm going to tell you can't get it till the next sale. Friday, April 8th, we have Torah Yoga at 10:15.
You forgot April 6th at 7:30.
Oh, yes. Oh, this is great. Yeah, Wednesday, April 6th at 7:30, a pre-Passover workshop by Zoom. This is how to make your Passover Seder more meaningful and fun. And join us. You can check out the link on the website or the emails. That's a pre-Passover workshop. Friday, April 8th, we have a Torah Yoga at 10:15 and a 6th grade Shabbat service. Also, one of my
So if you had fun this week, you should come back next week.
Get a preview of next year, guys. April 10th, we have Dealing with Stress at 11 a.m. Monday, April 11th, at 5 p.m., a Zoom matzah bake for kids aged 2 to 8. You have to RSVP to Stacy in the nursery school, or you can check the emails for more information. 7 p.m., our TBT annual update meeting. And then again, it's going to be revisited on May 4th at 7:30. So that's an opportunity for us to communicate some of the finances and some of the things that we've been doing over the course of the year, and also to reintroduce our commitment to giving program and answer any questions. So join us for that. It's helpful both ways. You learn a lot and you give a lot. Then Saturday, April 16th, the second night of Passover, we're offering a second night Zoom Seder by the Moskowitz clan. It's always a good one.
And the Cantor,
Oh, Kansas. Oh,
I'll be there. I mean, I'll be there. Woo! Making your second night Seder meaningful and entertaining.
Saturday, April 23rd is our Yiskun Memorial Service. Pencil in, circle in, pen in, do something on your calendar for June 27th. It's our annual golf outing, but it's much, much more than a golf outing. There's mahjong, there's tennis, there's food, there's fun, there's golf, there's a lot, there's something for everybody. If you're not joining us or sponsoring or buying raffle tickets, then come help and volunteer. Help us make it as successful as last year, our most successful ever. We want to beat it. Everybody come join in some way, shape, or form. We have a Rabbi Circle cocktail party coming up. We have a date on that. That's June.
They got the invitation. It's early June.
It's early
June 2nd.
June 2nd, maybe. But check the emails. And that's again for commitments of Shamash or greater. We have, this is really cool, a family Israel tour. So this is a multi-generational trip to Israel by the world famous Rabbis Moskowitz. They'll be taking us, it's a combination effort of Temple Torah and Congregational Door to Door. It's December 22nd through January 1st. And if you're interested, please talk to Rabbi during the Oneg or sometime after that. We already have a bunch of people very interested in this. I invite you also during the Oneg to take a look at our interactive digital memorial yahrzeit board. The plaques that we have in the sanctuary are beautiful. This is a very new, interesting way for us to memorialize our loved ones that have passed. In addition to a plaque, you can develop a bio and pictures. So please join us in helping develop that and learn about each other's loved ones. The village is always going strong. That's for 60 and up. It's a combined effort with Dix Hills Jewish Center again. And always our sharing table, which is out in the back of the parking lot. There's a bin in the vestibule that accepts donations. Specifically, we need breakfast cereal, white rice, cleaning supplies, toilet paper, diapers, toiletries, deodorant, feminine hygiene products, and we need volunteers to help out. Please either donate or help out. And again,
One more thing is not
one
on
more
here,
thing.
which is that we're doing a drive for United Hatzalah to help with the first responders in Ukraine who have been there for the month, who have been there since this started. If you haven't yet made a donation, where it's time to make another way to help, there'll be a link through Temple Beth Torah, and we really want to send money to help. These are the same people we did the amp cycle with, and it's really a great way to help. Better than sending stuff, because we're not sure where the stuff's going to get to. This way we know people are going and they'll bring what they need with them.
And again, I want to thank you all for coming out. It seems very nice, normal, and whole, complete. You came out in force, did a great job. You should all be really proud of yourself. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Dr. Goldstein. I have some instructions for the fifth graders as you come up. You are going to get your kazoo from your teachers. You have to go to this side. If it touches your face before you see the kazoo up on the screen, somebody is going to remove it from you. I apologize to your parents ahead of time. Tonight will not be fun. I'm not gonna. Hey, dude, what did I just say?
So the song Cantor.
Getting up here, I know you were filled in on that part of their curriculum is learning about biblical history, biblical heroes. This song is called Gibor, and it ties together what made people heroes in biblical times and what makes our students heroes and other people heroes in the present time. Gibor.
Which way do we start? All back to wait. How do you play? Remember how we vibrated our lips on our hands? You have the vibrating your lips? Which side is smaller there? The smaller side.
Really?
Actually, hard.
What happened? Even Jordan, there's two big trays full of ice cream right there. Oh, you wanna go to
That's
Johnny?
Holly in the middle. And then her friend, what's her name? Josh's daughter, from soccer.
Ella.
Ella. Yeah, that's her next stop.
I remembered something.
He's in the back.
Holly's in the back.
Ollie's in the back.
Did you put it back?
Silencio. You'll have time to practice later.
I want to thank Miriam Hirsch and Maura Lauren for running the PowerPoint. They did a
Thank you
fantastic
guys so
job.
much. It's very stressful.
Cozy benediction, guys.
Please rise.
This is holy stuff.
Not outstanding kazoo playing, but outstanding singing. Outstanding.
Guys,
Elohim Elohei, Avotenu, V'Imotenu, our God and God of our mothers and fathers. Please bless us with the joy of our fifth graders each and every day. Please allow us to see the future through their eyes and to know it's in very good hands. Please. I said it, it's true. Shabbat Shalom.